Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. And let me say happy Friday. Today is April 26th, and thank you for joining us for Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Darren Baskin, the Executive Director for the HCC Honors and Weekend College, and I am co-hosting with my friend, Alex Kanakis, who is the manager of the HCC Upswing Tutoring Program, and he'll be the one to tell you all about how to find us on social media.
Well, thank you, Darren. I appreciate it. We are live here at the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and on YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Hey, I am happy to be here with you, Alex. How's your Friday?
It's busy. It's busy.
Well, you know, that's a typical Friday around here at HCC. Let me also say that we are in the beautiful HCC TV station, and we are loving filming from the studio.
Yes.
Yes, and it actually fits into our theme. So today we're having Film Friday. We have a twofer. It's just a bit. We'll discuss a documentary short film from one of our HCC co-hosts who has worked with a student to promote this film, Mr. Joseph Sam, who is the Community Outreach Coordinator for HCC Central. Joe, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to be here, and happy Friday to the both of you. We made it to the weekend.
Yes, we did. Thank you. But first, it's a blast from the past as a favorite guest prepares to show a country classic on the lawn of Sam Houston Park downtown this weekend. Welcome back to the show, Maureen. Maureen McNamara is the co-founder director for Friends of River Oaks Theater, and to celebrate Sam Houston Park's 125th, I say 125th anniversary, the Heritage Society and Friends of the River Oaks Theater are presenting a movie that truly showcases Houston's culture in the 1980s. First, tell us about the general details about it, Maureen.
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, you guys. Thanks for having me. We're very, very excited to continue our regular mobile movie palace events with the screening of Urban Cowboy, and it's the Urban Cowboy Hoedown. We've got Sam Turner and the Cactus Cats joining us, and is going to play live music, have some dancing before the film, and then the screening tomorrow night.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So it's a free showing of Urban Cowboy on Saturday, April 27th from 7 to 10:15 p.m. on the lawns of the Heritage Park, which is located at 1000 Bagby Street. And also there will be Sam Turner, like you mentioned, and the Cactus Cats. And tell us, is this the first time you've hosted a movie at Sam Houston Park?
Well, you know, we do regular mobile movie palace screenings, but this is the first time at Sam Houston Park. It's a big celebration year at 125, and it's also a big celebration year for the Heritage Society. So sometimes people say, what is Sam Houston Heritage Park? And I'm always surprised. It's that adorable park on the edge of downtown at Allen Parkway across from the library, with all of the older houses and the church and all the historic Houston gathering spots.
Hey, I'll tell you, I did not know about Heritage Park, and then I went over there, and Maureen, let me tell you, it was amazing.
It's a gem. It's a real gem.
It is a hidden gem in the middle of the city. Amazing park. And I also hear that the River Oaks Theater is celebrating their 80th anniversary.
It's 85. It's 85 this year.
Yep. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Amazing. So as we plan to bring our blankets and our boots to get into the spirit, tell us a little bit about the film.
Well, I think that it is a classic. John Travolta, Deborah Winger, early careers, and they have it's a little bit of a romance, but has it was set at a club that Gillies owned in Pasadena in the early 1980s, and the famous mechanical bull was there. Um, and the film it's really it's not a traditional park screening, I should say that, because it is rated PG. So bring the kids out if you are comfortable with that, but it is rated PG, so I'll say that. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's very, there is a shot of the park actually as they're John Travolta is driving into town, and you can see the skyline and you can see a shot of Heritage Park. So,
oh wow, that's amazing. And I know a little bit about this film, being that I think this was some of the first times where that gender role was being discussed and being shown, because when you have a cowgirl who believes that all the sexes are equal, and then she marries someone who has the traditional male gender roles, then that creates a great episode, a great movie just in general, being a movie buff myself. So
there you go.
yeah, I think so. So just after this event, you have another big one coming up, all to support the revival of the River Oaks Theater. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, well, we actually have a couple of things coming up. So I think you're probably talking about, we have a gala. Is that what you're
That's
referring?
exactly what I'm referring to.
Yes, we do. We have a gala coming up, and that is not our next event, though. So our next event, I'm going to mention that first, which is that we're going to do a screening of Little Shop of Horrors at Buffalo Bayou Park at the Waterworks with Buffalo Bayou Partnership. And that screening is going to be also, we're going to do a showcase before the film with Tuts. So Tuts is doing the as part of their season, they're doing Little Shop of Horrors in October. So this will be a little warm up for them and a little warm up for us, the whole city of Houston, a gift at Buffalo Bayou Park on May 11th. So then on May 18th, we're having our gala, which is a Saturday with Richard Linklater. And that's going to be a ticketed event, but it is when we say a day with it's Saturday with Richard Linklater, that's a hard hat tour at the River Oaks Theater, a screening of his new film, and a award dinner for Richard Linklater. So, and then we also have something coming up at the Menils. So we're going to be speaking of Richard Linklater on June 8th, we're going to be doing Apollo 11 with some NASA friends, I think. So that's the plan.
Oh, wow. I mean, you guys have a full slate of events and activities coming up that all sound quite amazing. I'm really interested in this gala because I love to get dressed up. I love to put on fancy clothes, and I love to eat gala food because it's typically better than hotel food when you go to conferences.
Oh,
and so
that's true.
that is so interesting to me. And I'm glad that you were able to also mention the hard hat tour. I think that's also a real good event to attend, being that it's all to support the River Oaks Theater. And so you mentioned the new film Hitman.
Yes.
Hitman. And so I don't think I remember you saying it's hosted where?
The event, the gala, is hosted in 3 different locations.
Okay.
of course, the Hard Hat Tour is at the theater, and then Hitman is being screened at the new City Center. Well, it's the existing City Center cinema, but Star Cinema Grill is taking over that theater this weekend, actually, and they're going to host the screening, and then there is uh, the dinner event is going to be at Liberty Kitchen, River Oaks. So,
Oh, wow. I mean, again, amazing. The gala sounds like it's going to be amazing. The screening of these movies, I really love. And you know, I was not a Little Shop of Horrors fan when the movie first came out. But then years later, when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, where did I slip up at? Why did I not jump in from the beginning?
it is so fun. It's so fun.
I'm excited about that. And so thank you, Maureen, the co-founder and director of the Friends of the River Oaks Theater and our Film Friday guest. We'll have your info in our post after the show. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you guys very much.
And so I'm going to now toss it over to my co-host, and we're going to be talking to Joe Sam.
Yes, we're going to move on to Joe Sam, who's the HCC Central Community Outreach Coordinator. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to share this information with you.
Thank you. As we mentioned at the top of the show, you're getting ready to premiere a documentary that showcases an amazing student success story. So tell us more about this documentary.
Absolutely. So the documentary is just going to showcase one of the many students that we have here at Houston Community College, both Central and South Campus, who are going above and beyond in their advanced coursework, who are really showing tenacity and the dedication and motivation it takes to complete a college degree and get their college degree. So this is going to be a documentary that you're going to see all of the struggles and challenges that these students can go through. This particular student has been trying to get her degree for the past 30 years. So she's one of our senior students, and she's going to be earning her degree this coming May for graduation in the spring. And that is going to be something that a lot of people are really excited to see and interested in learning more about her story. So this documentary is going to walk you through her life, what she's gone through, the challenges that she had to overcome, the obstacles that she had to jump through in order to finally receive this degree that she's been wanting to get for the past 30 years.
And what is the name of the documentary?
The documentary is called The Lifelong Learner, the story of Cynthia Johnson, who is the student that we're showcasing.
Terrific. So let me ask you, what made you want to produce this particular documentary?
So it was a lot of things that we wanted to make sure that we thought about when putting together this documentary. So the first thing was going to one of our executive director board meetings, Dr. Stacy Welcome, who's the Dean of Student Success here at HCC Central. She brought up the story and said how one of the advisors had just shared with this senior student that she was only a couple of credit hours away from graduating. The student had no idea. And when she mentioned that to me, being a journalist myself for a number of years, it sparked, and I said, you know, this is something that needs to be shared and told. This is a story that a lot of students would not only be inspired by, but it would also motivate other students to come back to college and get their degree in higher education. So we really wanted to make sure not only that we're showcasing and spotlighting the student success story, but we're also reaching out to the community members in the Houston area to show them that it's never too late to come back to school and finish your degree, get that higher education, even if it's not a degree, if it's a certificate, if it's a trade, if you're just wanting to come to learn extra skills. We have Spanish classes, we have typing classes and keyboarding. So anything that you're looking to advance yourself in, this is the reason why we wanted to produce this documentary, to not only inspire, but to motivate and encourage those students in the community and encourage our students here on campus to finish your studies.
I agree. That's a very important reason to showcase this story. Very quickly, can you share a couple more insights about how you got this documentary done?
Absolutely. So it was a lot that had to go into this documentary. As you know, putting together a documentary, you have to follow along with this student day by day, and you have to go to their home. You have to know what their life is like, what they're doing day in and day out. But we also talked about some things that happened in her past. So that's opening up a lot of wounds that are a bit emotional for some people to have to go through. And putting together the documentary was hard because we had to take breaks. We had to stop some days and let her catch her breath so that she can come back and tell the rest of her story, because going through all of those obstacles and closing those wounds, they're very, very hard to reopen and share that again with everyone. So getting this together was very, very hard. Of course, we had the cameras, we had the lights, we had the microphones. A lot of those things come along with issues. So we had to make sure that the documentary was put together just right for people to receive it and digest it correctly. And getting in the pictures, you know, as you probably know, we have several pictures from our family's archives that I had to ask this student to go through to find so that we can visually tell the story, not only verbally as she's sharing this with us, but also visually tell it to where it's visually appealing for people to actually watch. So it was a lot of work that went into putting this documentary together. We have been working on it for about 4 months now. So finally, we're getting ready to premiere it.
Terrific. I cannot wait to watch this. Tell us really quick, when can we tune into this documentary and where will it be broadcast?
So we want to make sure that everybody gets the information. So you can follow us on our HCC Central Communications Facebook page. We'll be posting the premiere date. It's going to premiere next week. And then part 2 is going to premiere the week following graduation, which is going to be happening May 17th. And you'll be able to watch it on HCCTV. We'll have it on YouTube, and we're also going to have it on our social media platforms.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Joe Sam. You're the HCC Central Community Outreach Coordinator and collaborator on this upcoming documentary film. And we'll have your info in our post after this show.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, great interview. I am a film buff, so I really love when someone comes on and they're very passionate about films. And a documentary is always good. So to be able to showcase someone in their own space. So I love that.
I agree.
So,
yes.
So we appreciate all the guests that we've had. We're going to go into some announcements now. You want to start us off?
Why don't you start us off?
Let's say, why don't I start us off?
You're the host.
So the NISOD Neuroscience Research, which is empowering learners, is HCC will feature a special workshop called Emotional Intelligence, Self-Efficacy, and Growth Mindset. It dwells into the fascinating intersection of neuroscience and education with practical insights to enhance student engagement and motivation. It is starting at 10 a.m. and it's going to go to 2:30 p.m. And that's going to be today, April 26th at the West Houston Institute. To register for more information, check our post after the show.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Yes.
Huh. Also, too, coming up soon is the Houston Poetry Arts Festival for spring 2024. And what you want to do is join the HCC Creative Writing Club for the 2024 Houston Poetry and Arts Festival and the release of the next issue of Vocable, HCC's literary arts magazine. The festival itself will include an art walk featuring works by local art students and student artists. And they're also going to include performances by Houston City Poet Laureate, Ari Khan, and members of the Smoke Slam team. I hope I got that right. And the award-winning poet, J. Bruce Fuller. It will also feature an open mic night event. That's going to happen from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, April the 27th at the West Houston Institute. Make sure you check our post after the show for more info. I haven't been to a poetry slam in a long time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love a good poetry slam. As long as I like the poetry slams now that do the art. When they do the art.
Now, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's simply amazing.
Now, how do they do that?
So while they're doing their poetry, they're the artist is also drawing the spirit of the room, or what they feel inside the room while the artist is doing their poetry. So it's simply amazing.
I've seen poetry slams done to music, but never to art.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Wild. So, so our next event, we have a QPR, and the QPR is the suicide prevention training. It's 3 steps that anyone can learn to help prevent suicide. Just like CPR, QPR is an emergency response to someone in crisis, and it can save lives. So join HCC Counseling for a workshop to learn about the most widely taught gatekeeping training in the world. Some of the topics include how to question, persuade, and refer anyone who may be suicidal, how to get help for yourself or learn about preventing suicide, common causes of suicidal behavior, warning signs of suicide, and how to get help for someone in crisis. That training will take place from 10 to 11 a.m. Tuesday, April 30th at the West Loop campus. Check our post after the show for info.
This could not be more timely right now because of that TikTok influencer who unfortunately took her own life.
Yes. So great training, and it's necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, that just blew my mind when I saw that. And the sad thing was the warning signs were all there. But if somebody had not taken a course like this and were able to understand the symptoms and the signs of this tragedy could have been prevented.
Yes.
So sad. Okay. Also, finally, calling all spring graduates. It is time for Grad Fest. Okay.
Hey, I love Grad Fest because this is the beginning. This is the opening of our celebration, our graduation season. So come out and join HCC Student Life for Grad Fest to celebrate your achievements. We are calling all students. Students will be able to record a shout out and be shared at the commencement ceremony. That's going to be amazing because everybody inside of the arena will get to see that. They'll be able to take pictures with Swoop, which we love Swoop. Mm-hmm. They'll be able to decorate their caps. That's always amazing. You should always look for caps at graduation, and they'll be able to share some good times with their fellow graduates, make memories. So there are several dates and locations. Noon to 2 on Monday, April 29th at HCC Central, 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. Tuesday, April 30th at Eastside Campus. Please check our postings after the show. I love graduation season.
I do too.
I love it.
It's really, because me being a former classroom professor, it's really heartwarming to see people who you've mentored and guided and taught walk across that stage.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Did you ever decorate your cap?
I decorated every cap I had for graduation.
Why does that not surprise me?
And they were amazing. They were amazing.
Okay. There are also music auditions coming up. We have open admission for students interested in furthering their music education. They can attend any student auditions to learn about this program. They take the music theory placement exam, and they meet with the performing arts chair and faculty. There's also open admissions, so it's open to high school, transfer, and new students. That's going to be held from 1:30 to 3:30 on Saturday, May the 4th at the HCC Central Fine Arts Center. And again, check our post after the show for more info.
Hey, I do not have a musical bone in my body as far as being able to perform them, but I can listen to music all day, every day. I love music, all types of music, doesn't matter. So that's exciting. And finally, we're going to round out our announcements with, I think, another great announcement, which is fall registration. Fall registration has officially started with regular and the smaller semesters, which are your second start and your 8 weeks. Like all HCC courses for the summer and fall, we offer them in different modalities: online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, which we know is both face-to-face and online, in-person, and hybrid labs. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, please go to hccs.edu/apply. And once you apply, invite a friend to apply and tell that friend to invite a friend to apply.
And so on and so on and so on.
And then the chain continues.
That's right.
So coming up on our next show, we will have Dr. Christina Robinson will be here to talk about the upcoming Youth Apprenticeship Week, and it will be Mental Health Monday, followed by one of my favorite days, Tasty Tuesday.
Hi. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time here. And it was, again, a pleasure to work with you again today.
Hey.
I really like this.
This was amazing.
This was
Love
amazing.
the studio. Love the studio. So
yeah, it feels really good.
thank you guys for joining us. Until next time, for Up to the Minute, I'm Dr. Darren Baskin, and
I'm Alex Kanakis.
talk soon.